So today I'm going to cover who's ranking number one for divorce lawyer or family lawyer in Kansas City, why they're ranking number one, and how to beat them. Plus, I'm also going to cover how much ranking number one is potentially earning them, how much revenue per year. So let's get straight to it. The first thing is, I think most people are usually interested in how much these rankings are earning the number one ranker. So if a average customer lifetime value for a family law attorney or a divorce lawyer attorney is around 10K, I got this number from doing some research and also discussing this with ChatGPT. What is the average customer lifetime value for a divorce lawyer in the United States, in Kansas City? Now let's see what it tells me. So I get this range here: one-time divorce case, 5K to 7,300. More complex cases, 10 to 20K, and potential extended customer lifetime between 7,300 to 15K plus. So let's just do the average number of 10K here. And if I look at the total amount of people searching for divorce attorney, family law attorney in Kansas City, I saw there are over 5K searches every month according to Ahrefs. So people are searching for different keywords like divorce attorney in Kansas City, family law attorney, divorce lawyer, and all these searches in aggregate amount to thousands and thousands of searches. So if you were to rank number one in the first position, you would get probably more than 1,000 visitors every month, Google 1,000 highly targeted visitors. And if the average customer lifetime value is 10K, then these 1,000 searches every month would turn into around 250,000 in customer lifetime value, which amounts to $3 million a year. This is how much revenue you would be able to bring in if you were able to service everyone and if you wanted to take on everyone. Most businesses already have clients coming in, but still, if you were to rank number one, you would be able to pick the clients that you want to work with. You could pick the clients that are worth your time, worth your efforts. So you could be able to be pickier. And also, if you were to rank number one, you would also diversify your traffic sources. You wouldn't only have to rely on word of mouth anymore or paid ads, which are ever increasing in cost, but you would also stand to add a significant amount to your bottom line if you have the capacity, of course. But even if you don't, you could still at least improve your profitability, being able to choose higher ticket jobs. Ranking number one is highly lucrative for the top results. And right now, the company that's most of it is law. So this guy here, Missouri family law attorney, Mark A. And how he has been able to pull this off, if you search for divorce attorney Kansas City, 450 searches for this variation of the keyword alone. If I Google divorce lawyer Kansas City, it gives me an additional 450 searches a month. And also a lot of people in Kansas City search for divorce lawyer near me as well. So they don't add the modifier of Kansas City. But Google is smart enough to just still give the searchers the same results because they know where the searcher is sitting at. So Mark A. Workman, the same sitting at the first position. So how are they able to achieve that? So I look at 9 of the most important local ranking factors and I assess them on a scale of 0 to 5, with 5 being the best possible score. And if they score a 5, its color is red because this means that it's hard to beat them. But you don't need to worry. You don't need to beat them on every aspect. Usually the top rankers are the businesses that have the best scores across all aspects. So you don't need to be the best in terms of reviews you have. You don't need to have the best review score. You just need to do better on average across all different factors. And if you look at their review count and average review score, it's 172, which is quite decent. If you have at least over 100 reviews, then in my book, you would already get a 4 out of 5. Because we've seen in some cities, in some legal niches, there are businesses that have thousands of reviews. So that would be a 5 out of 5 because that is really, really hard to beat. But in this case, like having 72 reviews, that's not that hard to beat. So I give them a 4 out of 5. And them having a score of 4.7. Like this is quite good. Like anything above 4.6 included, I would give a 5 out of 5 because that builds trust. Like if you have a score of 5.0, a lot of people might not trust that and think that you system like this here. They are already buying ads. So people might think they probably are also buying reviews here as well because there is a 5.0, which is not natural to many people. So a 4 out of 5 in review count, 5 out of 5 in average review score. Now the Google Business Optimization, this is a 3 out of 5. And I'm not used to seeing a score of a 3 here for this important factor. And why I've given them a 3 is if I open up their business profile here, I see that they don't have family law attorney or divorce lawyer in their business name, like the second result here. The second result has family law in the business name. And also in some other cities that I've reviewed before, if I open it up, usually the Google Business Profile Optimization score is usually a 5. And one of the main reasons why I've given a 5 is that they almost always have family law or divorce law in their Google Business Profile name, which gives them a huge advantage. But this is not the case in Kansas City. So to me, this shows weakness. And another thing why I don't really think that the Google Business Profile is well optimized is that if you look at how many images they don't have that many images. They only have like 5 images here. And this isn't great. This is suboptimal. Not just in order to rank in Google, but also to convert people who see your profile to actually trust you more. Because if they only see these images, like, yes, this is the image of the main attorney here, but like, I don't see images of how their office looks like. I don't see images of their exterior. Like how could I find their exterior? How could I find the right door to go into? I don't see their staff member images. So this is suboptimal. Also, although they have a good amount of reviews, they do not respond to the reviews based on my research. They have added their services here, and they have also added family law attorney as the main service. So this is well done. So I've given them a 3, but like many of the things here, it's not that hard to optimize this. So usually we work with our clients, we always try to get their profiles to be a 5 out of 5 because it doesn't consume that many resources. Just someone needs to come in and do some dedicated work to get the profile perfect and then move on to work on the other things that need consistent work month after month. But this isn't that hard to do. And if your profile is suboptimal, then you basically have more wind resistance. It's harder for you to rank, even if you do quite well on other factors. And now in terms of citations, they have a good amount of citations. And the way I look at it is I search for their name and I take out their own domain name. So I don't want to see their own website showing up here. I want to see how many times they show up across the web. And I just look at the tools here and they see there are around 1,130 indexed search results on Google for their business names. So this is quite good, but if you see my other videos, you see that most of these businesses here have many thousands. So that's why I've given them a 4 in terms of citations. Now moving on, titles and URLs. Here they are doing an okay job. Like they have the family law attorney in their meta title and also in the meta description. Here, like the H1 is Mark A. Workman, attorney at law, and Missouri family law attorney. So family law attorney is the most important keyword. And if I say the most important keyword, how I know which is the most important keyword is I do some research. I figure out which keyword is searched the most in your city and which that is most relevant to you, and that is bottom of the funnel. So if someone is searching for that keyword, they would be looking to find your services. So in their case, like this Missouri family law attorney, which is a really good keyword, although it doesn't include Kansas City, it's an H1 does not include that keyword. So this is a missed opportunity. So the on-page optimization is suboptimal. And also this isn't that hard to do and they aren't doing a great job at that. So that's why I've given their titles a 3 and the page. This is what I assess with a tool called Search for SEO, which is basically looks at keywords that are relevant to family law, divorce law they are using, because Google also looks at the same thing. I'm just using a third-party tool to assess this, and also it helps writers, our content team, to give them ideas how to improve our clients' content score to help them rank better. So these guys here are scoring 49 out of 100, which again is mediocre. We always try to get our clients in the 70s, 80s, or 90s. So again, a 3 out of domain strength is 21. So this is a 21 out of 100. And this just shows how strong their website is. And the strength of a website comes from how many links, how many references from other websites you have, and how powerful those references are. If you get a reference from Forbes.com, this is a super powerful reference. You can think through your DR, but if you get a reference from your friend who also has a new site, a brand new site, that basically has no impact on your rankings. So yeah, it's the quantity and quality of references, of backlinks, of links from other sites. So them having a score of 21, that's why I've given them a score of 2 in terms of domain strength. By the way, most of the top rankers have pretty weak domains, which seems to be a pattern here. This is also the case because these are local businesses. And for local businesses, most of them aren't really doing that much backlink building. So yeah, they rely mostly on other factors. But if you know how to build good and powerful back, then you will have an advantage here. And this is also one of the advantages we use for our clients to help them rank higher than their competitors as well. The next thing is backlinks. And with backlinks, I look at how many direct they have to their main ranking page. And because their main ranking page is their homepage, and despite the fact they have a pretty weak DR rating, they are using their homepage to rank, which means that I am boosting their score a little bit. So if you were to compete with these guys with your sub page, so you would have your businessname.com/family law services. So if you use a sub page or like a service page to rank and to compete with them, and they are competing with their homepage, they will have an advantage. That's why I've given them a 3. But most businesses in competitive cities use their homepage to rank for their most important keyword. So yeah. And now topical authority, the last thing, is where they are quite strong. If with how many pages they have 195 pages indexed, and many of them are getting a ton of searches. So what I mean by topical authority is how well are you covering your main topic? How many different questions that people have around your service you're answering? Have you tailored these answers to your specific location? And they have done all of that. They have hundreds of blog articles, and they're talking about their specific service in their location. So understanding the new custody law in Missouri, for example, this is a powerful article because it's also getting them a lot of traffic, it's building them a lot of trust, not just in the eyes of their target customers who are searching for those keywords, but also in the eyes of Google, because this is what Google likes to see. So they are doing really well on topical authority. And this is also, in my eyes and in my opinion, one of the strongest factors that they have working for them. And also if you look at our other rankers, most top rankers have really good topical authority. So they are covering their niche in pretty good detail. But again, Kansas City is one of the smallest cities I have reviewed so far, but still it has a really good amount of searches. But the total score is the weakest that I've analyzed so far. Of course, yes, I'm comparing it with Dallas, Orlando, Miami, NYC, and Seattle. So yeah, it's the smallest out of all of those cities, but still, I'm quite surprised. It's not that easy to beat them, but with consistent effort, you will be able to beat them. And the potential monetary value that you would be able to achieve from it is pretty significant in my eyes. Even if you don't have the capacity to service all of these clients you would be getting from these searches and from ranking number 1 or in top 3, you would be able to be pickier about the jobs that you take on. So I hope this was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions. You can find my email from the description or just add a comment to the video. Thank you. Take care. Oh, and before you go, if you are a family law firm and you want to get more high value cases, we're currently offering 30 days of free SEO execution, totally free, no contracts, no strings. We take the risk, not you. But because this is high risk to us, we need to analyze your website first to see if we believe SEO is worth doing in your specific location. So click the link below to get a free video audit of your site first and see if your city is still available.